Hey guys, this is Jericho from Team J coming at you with a Kozmo deck profile. Sorry for not uploading for a while, it's just life gets in the way of everything. But let's go with the new deck profile. Let's just get into it. Alright, so we'll start off with the pilots for the deck. Start with one tin can. That's all I have, but I don't really need more than one. My one tin can, it only comes up when I need it. If I feel like if I run more than one, it's just gonna clog up when I don't need it. Next is two Strawman. I like Strawman more than I like Tin Can. It's just Strawman can special summon my stuff from Banished and can go into higher ships. And if I usually special summon ships, bigger ships from the grave, just so I can use them for XEs. Like, I would special summon Slip Rider so many times just so I can go into rank 5s. So that's why I like Strawman more than Tin Can. Next, 3 Sword Troopers. It's just more pilots added to the deck. I don't run a lure, so I don't need to keep my dark monster count up. It's just there to get into my bigger monsters in case I don't run into anyone else. It's there. And if I have a pilot in the grave, I can just bring it back with this. One Farm Girl, she's really good at 1 because you only really need one of her. She'll search out anything during battle phase mainly. I would say I like having her. Good e-teleport target. Just a good card for a Kozmo deck. Run the 1 Wicked Witch because if you need something to stay on board for a while, easy 1,000 life points to keep her on board. If you need something to float to get out a bigger ship, she's something. And then last pilot, 2 Kozmo Dark Lady because she's probably the best pilot because she can negate. She can easily be summoned out from the other pilots, and she is basically a solemn warning on steroids. They're like a better solemn warning because you only have to pay 1,000 life points to negate something. Next for the ships, 3 Slip Rider, easy 3 of for any Kozmo deck. Destroy spell or trap card, easy rank 5 plays with it. Probably one of the best ships in the deck. Next I run 2 Dogfighter, mainly for the Dogfighter tokens and rank 6 plays. I don't go into rank 6s that often, but it's something there to help out. If I need targets to tribute off, I use the tokens mainly. And then when they're destroyed, they go into something lower, so Slip Rider usually. 1 Landwalker, changes the target of a Kozmo monster. So if I had like a Dark Destroyer and a lower ship on board, and they destroy the lower ship, change it to Dark Destroyer and get something better out of it. 3 Forerunner for life point regeneration. It's easily a really good ship that I feel like gets overlooked a lot. Forerunner gives you 1,000 life points during your standby phase. Level 7, so you can go into rank 7 plays. Decent card to have in the deck. 2,800 attack, can run over a lot of things. And finally, 1 Dark Destroyer because he's only at 1. Was the best card of the deck at one point in time. On to spells. I run 3 Kozmo Town. One of my favorite field spells. It's easily the card you want to see the most of for any Kozmo deck. And to go with the 3 towns, I have 2 terraformings, so I want to see it as quick as possible. So I would run 3 terraformings, but it would get cloggy after you already have your town. So 2 I think is the perfect ratio for it. Next up is my removal stuff. 2 Dark Hole and 1 Regeki. Regeki for your opponent's monsters. Dark Hole if you Dark Hole your own monsters. If you have a lot of ships on board, you're basically getting more monsters out of it. So I don't think Dark Hole is a bad card in this deck. I was originally running both Dark Holes and no Regeki. And I'm like, Regeki won't hurt. So Dark Hole's probably better for this deck than Regeki is, in my opinion. Now my other one-ofs. 1 emergency teleport for any of my low-level pilots. 1 twin twisters for more spell trap card removal, and 1 upstart because 39 card decks are a thing. Next up for traps. Revival stuff. I play 3 Call Haunteds for any graveyard revivals. It's always a good card for Kozmos, because you always want to get your stuff back. But what's even better is I run 2 Escape from the Dark Dimensions. I'm thinking about bumping it up to 3 and bumping this up to 3 and dropping Call down to 2, because this brings back a dark monster from your banished. So you banish Dark Destroyer for an effect, and you can bring it back, pop more monsters, and pop another monster with it. So it's basically a call for banished dark monsters, and I like it a lot. My one-ofs on traps. 1 Solemn Warning, it's Solemn Warning. 1 Torrential Tribute, because destroying your own monsters doesn't really hurt you in this deck. 1 Storming Mirror Force, because it's Storming Mirror Force. And 1 Kozmo Jokes, that's all I have. I don't really like using it all that much. I personally don't think it's good. I personally don't like using it. It's just there because it's there. It's decent to have. On to the extra deck. As you saw in the start, we have the Cyber Dragon engine, so Nova, Infinity, and if my Nova gets hit, if my Nova gets warninged, I have Cyber End for that. I probably should put in like Barbaroid, I think is what it's called, the one other big machine type monster, but I've always liked Cyber End because of the piercing damage and everything. So Nova, Infinity, Cyber End. It's all self-explanatory. My only rank 3 is Alucard because I can't find my Grand Pulse anywhere, and I don't have any Leviaires, but you can easily trade this card out for Grand Pulse or Leviaire. Basically, any of the next following cards can be traded out for any other good rank 5s, 6s, 3s. So, rank 5s. Volcasaurus, because burn damage. Basically destroy one of your opponent's monsters and inflict damage equal to its attack to your opponent. Shark Fortress, makes a monster attack twice by detaching, I think. I don't really go into my rank 5s that often unless like I can't use Nova and Infinity. Greedy Ceramea basically bounces effect damage back to your opponent. I just have them as placeholders in case I find something better. Next will be Constellar Pleiades, Tierras Keeper of Genesis, and then Ardrias Keeper of Armageddon. I just have these rank 5s as placeholders mainly. So they're there. You can replace them if you want to with other stuff you think is good. I just have them just to have them. 2 rank 6s here. Utopia Beyond, I think, is a great card because when it's summoned, all your opponent's monsters attack go to 0, and basically, if you have a lot of ships on board, with this also, it's game, more than likely. And then Ptolemy M7, because it's a rank 6. 1 rank 7, that's Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Basically, Utopia with rank 7s. And then if it's destroyed, I have Meteor Burst as my target, so no battle phase shenanigans for your opponent. And FO Utopic Future, because if you make multiples of anything, it's something to always consider. So there we go. That's my Kozmo deck profile. Feel free to give me suggestions in the comments for anything better I can do with it, or other stuff you want us to see do on the channel. Yeah, that's about it. See ya.